bad boys. Because it's weird, because like, so what you hear in here is not what you hear on the recording. Like here it sounds a little low, but in the recording it's louder. So it's kind of like you have to look at the levels. I like this song. Dude, this song is perfect for an intro. If you hear it, it's just chill as fuck. But.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 57. And I know it's 57 because Dutch Chattahoochee edits the fuck out of it and puts a nice big number up there.
It helps to remember. But even though like I look at it every week, I still have to go to the YouTube page. Like, what number are we on now?
What number are we on?
So now we're on this episode is the Bel Air of podcast episodes. 57 Chevy Bel Air.
50, oh yeah. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Slapping Chris Rock.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. You know what's funny about that whole Chris Rock thing is Will Smith was laughing, but the minute Will Smith's wife like gave a look, he was like,
give him a dirty look.
That's when he turned.
He was like, oh, I better do something.
Hey, Chris Rock. That's not how Will
Smith
Smith
I don't want to go
sounds.
home to listen to her BS again. And then you just walk up on stage and just slap it, dude. It's crazy town.
Well, probably, I don't know. I want to see. I remember to turn it down. I just got to remember to hit this button
Hit it.
when we do an outro.
Well, welcome, fine feathered friends. I have a few topics. None of them make any sense. What the?
Yeah, I turned it off because I didn't want to leave it on for like an hour. What's up, dude?
Is it still
While you're
on the
looking at your
printer?
notes,
I thought I had all the. Of course, you have it there. I don't really need it. It's the payrolls, the team payrolls.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to find that. So while you're looking for your notes,
Yeah.
I can pull it up.
Somewhere.
I can pull it up while you're talking.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
So here's what we're going to do. While you're getting ready and I'm getting ready, I'm going to crack open my delicious, wonderful, room temperature Monster Grape.
Monster. I had a coffee somewhere. What the fuck did they do with that? I don't know, folks. UTSA took down number 10, Eastern Carolina, in their online Twitter arrogant fans, and that's probably just two people. They're probably all nice people, but a couple douchebags out there. And I know they're douchebags because their whole MO was to throw shade after while they're losing. They just wanted to shit on UTSA in the bird bath. So, well, anyway, but I got the Tigres de San Antonio. I was like, you know how at
this weekend, the Sapillos, whatever.
Oh, this is the missions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. What day is it?
This weekend. I know.
Saraperos?
Yeah.
Saltillo Saraperos?
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
I know it's Saturday for sure.
Valentin.
I think it's the whole. I don't know if it's Friday, but I know it's Saturday for sure. I got an email from them yesterday. It was like, hey, Mexican League weekend coming up.
That'd be fun. I love Mexican League weekend.
All right, so I have the team salaries pulled up.
You have the team salaries pulled up? I lost everything. I had a coffee.
Your coffee? What was your coffee in, sir?
I think it was in a green mug.
I don't know what happened to it, to be honest with you.
You start doing your teasers for your bits because I can hear that.
All right, so here's the thing. Let me move my laptop out of the way here. So there's two things I want to talk about. One thing is an actual like good discussion and lengthy. The other one is just kind of like our upcoming what do you call it? Thoughts and previews, whatever, for the 2004 season, right? So opening day, obviously, technically was March 20th and 21st with the Dodgers and who was it? The Padres in South Korea. The official day where everybody plays is March 28th, which is Thursday.
This Thursday's opening day?
Correct.
That's so crazy.
So we'll talk about our thoughts for the upcoming season, predictions, things like that. You know, I'll talk about the Rays a little bit. We play the Blue Jays to start out first game.
Kansas City Royals going all the way because I just jinxed them online. I said they're the second coming. Jake was like...
From first to last. Oh, that's the first.
Yeah. I love Jake. I'll be your reference for a job any day. But he was like, hey, Royals opening day lineup. He's like, I like it. And so I reverse jinxed him because whatever I say usually turns out to be 100% wrong. And so I was like, they're the second coming of the 1899 Spiders. So by shit talking the Royals will now win the World Series.
And
you're welcome, Jake.
I don't understand why the Royals are such shit right now.
I have one idea why.
What's that?
Let's look at their payroll.
Which I have that pulled up.
Not bad. They're below league minimum. They're pretty bad, dude. They've only spent 105. I mean, you got Bobby Witt Jr., who's fucking going to be Mike Trout money when he's a free agent. You got to arbitrate. But honestly, the Orioles were a playoff team. Their payroll's dog shit, too. So what you going to do?
$81 million.
Yeah, $93 million.
But I'll say this.
26-man payroll? I'm just looking at the 2024 total payroll.
That's what I'm looking at, too. The shittiest is Oakland with $30 million. And that's 26 too. But
I hope Oakland wins the World Series. Dude, that's terrible
that, like, to think about that, like, their combined total payroll, like, everything is less than what some people, a single person makes, right? It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
And the Rays, obviously, is going to be bottom every year.
Yeah.
It's just, that's ever since I've been a fan, that's how it's always been.
Ever since they took Billy Bean's game and turned it against him, he can't compete. If everybody's going to moneyball, like you were moneyball before everybody was moneyballing. If everybody's going to moneyball and they actually have a checkbook, you're fucked. Mm-hmm. Cannot. Oakland's toast with that owner.
Dude, he's sabotaging the team on purpose. Just like, I guess you got to go to Vegas.
Well, here's a question for you. I mean, the owner is a turd, so all of a sudden he's going to go to Las Vegas, and then he's like, well, now I want to win? He's going to be, well, let's spend now.
I'm in Vegas. Who cares if we win or lose?
I'm filling the stadium or whatever the reasoning is. Now let's get huge free agents and win a World Series in Las Vegas. I don't know.
That's how I feel about it.
That also sounds unlikely.
To me, it sounds like he doesn't care if he wins or lose. He's like, I'm in Vegas now. All right. Who cares?
Yeah, it'll be just I have a major league franchise. I'm in the gambling capital of the world, and I get all these gamblers coming in having a good time. We fill up the stadium to about 26,000, and I'm making money, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, so the Oakland total payroll with everything involved is only $47 million, so it only jumps up 17.
That's terrible. What's your segments today? We have to keep track. I don't even know when we started. 30. We probably started at like 30. So yeah, at 27 will be 57.
As I was stating when you were getting your coffee.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Just rehashing. The main thing I want to talk about is Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer.
Because
once again,
after the dude
making headlines.
After the dude went 3 scoreless, played really well against the Yankees, I'm like, somebody please just like put this guy on their team. Just it doesn't even have to be just it can be on the minor league level. Just let him have a chance to come back. Okay. And I want to talk about why.
Okay. I'll keep that segment short. Now, I have a couple thoughts.
Of course,
but,
it won't be long. But these now, granted, we're not talking about his personality, nothing. We're talking about his stats, and we're like, I feel like these stats are worth. But anyway, second thing is just like I said, a little preview of the upcoming season, our thoughts on that, predictions, things like that.
Predictions.
So yeah, so those two are pretty much what I want to talk about.
Okay, I've got a lot. But they'll all be super short because I mainly want to talk about what you want to talk about. Tigres de San Antonio. I was like Jeremy the Juice. Remember like the Seguin?
The young dude, right?
Well, no, he would do like the PA.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
So okay. Danny OK hooked me up with a Sandlot team. They're like, hey, come down. We need a guy to do like call the game and just make fun of people on the field. And
talk shit?
Yeah, they just had like one amp set up. And I went to that on Saturday night, and that was a real good time. Dudes were hammered and baked.
Of course, that's what you do before you play those kinds of
So that was
leagues.
impressive. Sandlot baseball. Other segment, which is kind of a brief. I printed out the box scores, but mainly I just want to poop on the few ECU tweeters that wanted to act cool. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like a first grader trying to be cool.
Do you have their exact name? Can you call them out by their handle?
No, I lost. I was like, I didn't even reply because there was like other UTSA people like chirping back like you look like a clown. So they got handled even by their own people. But I was like, it's such a bad look. Talk about Elmer Vallo and Augie Galan baseball cards. Those are some great cards.
By the way, when I'm thinking about this, on last week's video, Jake posted, he's like, that interview with Bonnie would be sick. I would love that.
With Bonnie? Yeah. I need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, we got to find a way to.
I got to find a way to get him. Deep into his life.
I'll text him today. Like, hey, you and I are we want to do like a little discussion with you. Would that be cool?
Yeah, Bonnie should be in the Hall of Fame, I think. So, Elmer Vallo, Augie Galan, some sick cards. Shohei, lying through his teeth. But you can't touch him because he's Yakuza. I got a few thoughts on Bauer. Wyatt Langford's coming to Major League Baseball. People better get ready for that. I have some religious talk. I've been reading some weird religious stuff. And I just have a bone to pick. It's not what you think it's what nobody thinks it's going to be. I might even open with that segment because I think it's hilarious. I've always thought it's hilarious. Ever since I've been going to Sunday school as a kid, I was like, dude, I don't get it. But anyway, I do have a religious bit.
Before we get into that,
yeah,
I'll just like do a little teaser for that.
Yeah.
I used to be a religious guy. I used to go to church, all that stuff, and I never felt anything from it. And it stopped making sense to me. So anyway,
okay.
But yeah.
Well, let's open with that. Let's open with a little prayer that says, God, this show's going to be awesome. Now, here's what I want to say.
All right, so this is officially the start of the first topic.
This is the first topic.
Okay, cool.
The first topic, I've always thought this was like a total, and I'll tie it into like Bill Buckner and just being petty, and people just want to be like, I got to stop saying like. I listen to myself. It's maddening. So what it is
hey, but it helps.
You got to put a little like count on the graphics.
You know what's
so I can
good
stop
though?
saying it.
Honestly, when you do your like, you kind of pause for a second, and that's when I can cut.
Just cut it every time.
When I go to commercial, that's like when you're like, well, like you do that quick pause.
I say it so much. It's really a bad speech thing, but
it's okay.
So you like the Red Sox people before there was like a period of time where people were like Bill Buckner, like just throwing shade at one guy. That was a team loss. Okay, yeah, the ball went and they blew it, but they could have won Game 7. They could have won. You just point at one dude, and they kind of ruined Buckner's life. Man, the world just pooped on him forever.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
And then they finally won the World Series. They kind of had Bill Buckner Day, and there's this exorcism. Same thing with Bartman. You know, people want to point the finger.
Oh, the Cubs guy.
Yeah, you know, people want to point the finger at one dude and just kind of make that dude's life suck. And it's not right.
Again in the air, down the left field line. A reaching into the stands and couldn't get it. And he's livid with a fan.
That's awfully close to fan interference right there.
And I've always thought the Apostles' Creed was Bush League. And the Apostles' Creed was written way after, like, Jesus' time by a bunch of monks somewhere or whatever. I forget which church wrote it. So it's not like a religious text. It's just dudes, human beings decide to write this little thing that you say or whatever.
We call it enlightenment or some shit like that.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
They're just not qualified to write that stuff because it was Bush League. They're not. It's Bush League. They go, like if you read the Apostles' Creed, you know, but there's a portion of it that goes and suffered under Pontius Pilate. Like they call out of all the dudes in the Bible and all the things that went on. They're going to keep that guy's name around. Nobody would know who Pontius Pilate is, which, by the way, is a dope name. Pontius Pilate. Is that a dope name? It's a sweet name.
If I heard that and someone's like, yo, Pontius Pilate's coming over, I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, dude, I'm going down the skate park. Is Pontius Pilate there? It's like, who's Pontius Pilate? Like, you never seen that dude rip? Like, that's just a sick name.
Pontius Pilate is the type of guy where I need to have my house spotless and clean, and I need to be dressed in like the most fanciest outfit I can have.
Yeah,
it's
such Bush League that the Apostles' Creed is always just naming one guy, you know, like born of the Virgin Mary and all that. Like they're always like they're naming, but then you're gonna like suffer under Pontius Pilate. I was like, that's such a Bill Buckner move. It's just Bush League because Pontius Pilate wasn't really down with it. He was just kind of like the administrator in that area, and all these people were like, we got to take this dude out. And it was like, why do you want to take this guy out? Oh, he's causing all these problems. He says he's the king of the Jews, and he says he's this and that. We need to take him out. And Pontius Pilate's like, I don't know. Like Pontius Pilate gets such a bad rap, but naming him is a Bill Buckner move. So that's my baseball tie-in and my religious piece for this segment. Just, but I don't know if somebody wants to, name your kid Pontius or something, try to bring him back, give him a chance.
My thing on religion is,
right? Wouldn't Jesus have forgiven him or something?
According to people who believe in their God, yeah, their God is always like, He forgives and forgets.
Or like, remember the part of religion is like, make sure that you always drag one person, like just constantly complain about one guy forever and ever. Don't forgive that guy.
Like my thing on religion is this: if you believe it, that's totally cool with me. I don't care. But, like, I've never felt anything from it. I never, like, when people would read the scriptures or I would go to church, I never felt anything. And so I was like, I think I'm trying to force myself to believe in this. And so when I became an adult, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I had a mediocre.
And so, like, I was like, yeah.
I will say this. I'm not really going to get into religious talk. I just thought I always named Pontius Pilate was Bush League move. And I've been doing a lot of biblical studies lately. I think I might become a door-to-door Bible salesman. But I mainly got interested in the history of how the Bible was written. That's what I was reading about. But all I'll just say on religion or any religion or whatever people believe, there is something going on. And this could be even be baseball gods, like Seguin River Monsters winning it, Rangers winning it. Like, and I've got my own ghost stories, but there is something going on more on this planet. Obviously, there's something going on more than we will ever know as mortals. I'll say that. That's for sure.
Like,
that's for shit.
I don't believe in any gods. I don't believe there's a higher power. I just believe in natural evolution. And unfortunately for evolution, we're getting dumber.
That's true. I'm getting way dumber.
It's weird because we come out with all this cool technology and all this cool stuff that we create, but yet outside of that, we're a bunch of dumb fucks running around. Right?
I'm getting so dumb.
And it doesn't make sense to me. We come out with cool technology and all this other stuff. We created AI. We created the downfall of humankind with robots. But we can't think for ourselves and shit. So.
Anyway, we already knocked out like 2 of my segments at least.
Join me in a cigarette.
Oh, you think I'm crazy?
So it's 10:45 right now. I'm trying to keep track before this thing cuts off.
Yeah, right. Okay. What you got? Go for it. You going to do Bauer? Open with Bauer? He's a lightning rod of opinion. Nobody wants to hear it anymore, but dude pitched in Mexico.
The only reason I thought of this, I was like, okay, do we want to talk about it? We've talked about it before. But after those 3 scoreless innings, I'm getting so irritated with people who are like just bashing this dude. Like, he's served his time. Like, he's proved he was innocent in this certain case. I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm not saying any of that, okay? I'm just saying let the man have his one more try in the MLB, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we already know what happened in all the cases. We don't need to bring that shit up again. But he pitched 3 scoreless innings against the Yankees, which is a what MLB team. Last year in Japan, he went 10-4. He had an ERA under 3. Clearly, this man can still pitch, right?
Yeah.
He still has something in the tank left.
No, I mean, I think anybody you'd ask would say, if you put him on a staff, like relief, somewhere in the rotation, he's not going to be like an 18 ERA guy. Like, he could pitch at the major league level. I don't think that's a question. The questions I think that will always follow him are there other chicks out there? There's scuttlebutt of that.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people are still hesitant.
They're like, if that comes out, it looks really bad, especially when we get proven we knew or heard about it from the MLB investigation. I don't really know. The other part of it is I've heard both sides. Mookie Betts says cool in the clubhouse. Other people like clubhouse cancer, like Garrett Cole. So you want to bring in a clubhouse issue. I don't know. There's just a big question mark with him, depending on what you need. If it was, I don't know. If it was, how good is Bauer? I mean, he won a Cy Young. Is he a 7-7 guy, or is he a 20-game winner that's definitely putting you in the postseason, like a Scherzer or something? Like I don't. know where you value him.
Because, dude, his last year in the league when he was like, 2021, before he got suspended, he was 8-5.
I mean, yeah, he's
with
an
an ERA
8-5 guy.
of under 3, so I still say it's not an age thing, it's not a lack of talent. And people won't admit that. They know that he has talent. It's just all those off-the-field things.
I think if you were going to sign him, you would have signed him by now.
Yeah.
There would have been way more conversations as the agent. They're trying to push him too hard. So I feel like, again, I said I feel that if it was going to happen, the fact that it hasn't happened yet is a really bad sign that it's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just like, I want it to, and I know it won't.
Well, no fucking shit.
And I'll say this. In Bauer's defense, go ahead and Wikipedia Duke lacrosse. There's a he said, she said. Nobody really knows.
I remember when that story came out.
Everybody's sitting off of Twitter on, so like, no, I don't know Bauer. I don't know what the fuck happened. And it's real easy to come out and accuse a dude of a bunch of terrible shit that maybe did or didn't happen, and the dude's career is freaking ruined. Like, I'm just saying, dude, people can get on a witch hunt for this especially when it's like a super emotional thing like sexual assault, but nobody really knows.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, I'm not really passing judgment. I just think he's probably not happening. I'm confused now why he's not, because the opening day for Japan's coming around. And he did so great in Japan. They broached this subject, said we have no problem signing him. You need pitching. Look at his numbers. Last year, he's serviceable. I think he's a Japan guy now. Or KBO or somebody. Somebody's got to touch him. Japan already didn't care.
I just think that it depends on how you look at it. Because I think he's still playing, so he's still having success. But the fact that he doesn't get a chance to go back to the majors kind of irks me just a little. Like, come on, man! Like, the guy served his time.
I think he'll end up back in Japan this season. Somebody's going to have an arm injury, and he's be like, "I'm healthy," so he'll go play for Nakatomi or somebody. That's the Bauer. That's my Bauer piece. I don't know. I know Shohei's got to be lying for sure.
Okay, so I don't know who said this, but it kind of like, okay, relax. Somebody from I don't know if it was from the Mexico team or somebody was like, we're tired of Americans sending their worst, most violent immigrants to our country and take our jobs. Maybe the wall wasn't so bad. So it's a funny comment.
That's funny. That's good.
Like,
whoever did that, that's good.
If I was like Trevor Bauer, obviously knows this shit's going on. I would feel so awkward when I go play for somebody, knowing that like people are talking shit about me while I'm on the team.
It sucks. I mean, it's impossible. I don't know.
And I feel bad for the guy because he's trying really hard to like get in the good graces with people to prove that I'm not a complete asshole. But then on the other side, I see comments that he makes. I'm like, dude, don't say that. Like, I've seen comments where a fan will say something and he'll go there and say, well, fuck this. What the fuck do you know? And I'm like, dude, like,
I love Eric Sim, and Eric Sim loves him. So I don't know the dude. I don't know the dude.
Yeah, if it's a character thing, I understand. You know, like if no one wants that in their clubhouse, okay. Like I'm not saying people are wrong for not signing him. I'm just saying personally.
I think maybe this is how you pick your Japanese team that you like the best, because I think that's where it's going to end up, and just be
whoever he goes with. That's my team.
Yeah, sure you'll be a fan of that team.
Because I tell people I'm a Trevor Bauer fan, and people's like, "What the fuck?" And like.
People, it turns people the other way because they hate him so fucking bad. And I'll never hate him that bad because I've done too much. I've seen too many fucking false accusations and done too much legal shit to be standing around with a bunch of people going like, "Oh, I know," like you don't know shit.
I'm gonna say this. We're gonna close it out with this before we run out of time, or before we go on for too long. The stuff that he's been accused of, he's had those texts that says he was innocent. Now, if shit does come out and proves that he did do some stupid shit, yeah, fuck you. But until those come out, I'm standing with Trevor Bauer, right?
Oh, no. I'm not standing with him. I'll tell you that. I'm not standing with him, but I'm not standing against him.
You're just like, he's whatever. Yeah, so I'm a Trevor Bauer fan. I'm with the guy. I feel bad for him. But yeah, if shit does come out that he did some fucked up shit, then yeah, fuck you. Like, but as of right now, he's cool with me.
But I'm a fence sitter anyway. So.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to. But I'm just saying that's all I'm saying. I gave a couple basic stats. Like, he still has it.
No, I don't know. I think he loaded up the bases or something. I didn't actually watch the outing. I saw the Volpe strikeout. That was dirty. Like, the Volpe strikeout, I was like, dude, he's using fucking spider tack. That thing broke off hard. I was like, he's using the sticky substance in Mexico. Nobody's checking him. The other thing I'll say about that's great. Diablo Rojos, I believe it's been in the process for the last few years, but they used to play like in an older stadium in Mexico City, which is super high elevation. So it's like home run. It's like higher than Mile High, I think. It's but cool stadium. I think they built a kick-ass new stadium in Mexico City. I'd love to go because I've been to the old one. So that field that you see in the highlights, I think, is the Diablo Rojos new stadium, which looks dope. But Mexican League Baseball is the way to go.
I feel like we need to take a break between each segment so we can restart the camera so it doesn't die in the middle of something.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our first subject.
Put some music in there.
We'll go to commercial or something will come up, but then we'll come back and start your segment.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a pause. We'll pause right now, and we'll come back and we'll hear some more. So, yeah, commercial break now.
Okay.
I think I was supposed to get pneumonia instead. Honestly, my mind would not be able to understand baseball's future in the metaverse. The entire boondoggle remains a riddle wrapped inside of an enigma. The only purpose, I believe, of this journalistic jaunt would be for a mental competency hearing in the near future. Likely to be held in the near future. That said, appreciate everybody for tuning into 3BGB. Please check out the 3BGB podcast. And I also can't thank everybody enough for witnessing my slide into the abyss of derangement that is baseball field reportage.
Okay, nice. My segment, I'm going to talk about these baseball cards, which are really cool. I love cards. This is like what year is this? This is like 57
All right, we are
something.
back from our quick commercial break. But so it's 10:53. What was it doing? Like 25 or so? So 103, 113, 118. It's about 118 or 1118.
Yeah.
We'll stop it again.
But I got a 54 tops Augie Galan coach. The Philadelphia Athletics, so the A's, right? The same organization, went to Kansas City, went to Oakland.
Just moved across the whole
and then I
states.
got I guess there were two. Was it like New York City with the Giants and Brooklyn? Like Philly had two teams. You had the Phillies and the A's.
Can you imagine like if Brooklyn and the Giants would have stayed in New York, so you would have had like four teams: Mets, Giants.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Dodgers,
That's crazy. And then I got Elmer Vallo. Both these guys I found just doing crazy. They have a crazy high career on base percentage. But check it out. The Vallo card is super cool because it has his birthplace, Czechoslovakia. Look at that card, buddy.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah, but look at it on the back. His birthplace. It has his birthplace in Rybnik, whatever, Czechoslovakia.
This dude looks like he would fix your car and then beat the shit out of you for running your mouth.
Yeah, Vallo was a good ball player. Both these guys had long careers. I mean, career hits for Galan was like 1,700. He's on base. He's speedy.
So this guy played his whole career with the Phillies, right? No.
No, I think he
I'm sorry. Yeah, Kansas City. I see.
I think he went to some other team. He might have been on the Cubs too. He had, that's like a mid-career card. But Augie Galan from Berkeley, California, man, a lot of good ball players from Berkeley. I always think of like the dirty hippies protesting the Vietnam War. Which the Vietnam War was a terrible idea, but I just don't like you pooping on veterans if you're a dirty hippie. But Berkeley had, like, Billy Martin was from Berkeley. Like, there's some ball players from Berkeley. But Augie Galan from Berkeley. You can see that.
I would love to find, because I love, like, old school hats, kind of like what I have on now, this nice Roberto Clemente hat.
Yeah.
I would love to find a Philadelphia Athletics hat.
Yeah.
That would be sick. And I'm sure it exists.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And again, got to bring back those jerseys, man. Those are nice cards. Money well spent, I'd say.
Let's go into preseason prediction time.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking we do.
Let's do that. Let's Let's go to preseason.
And then we can talk. We can mix in payroll with that too, which
All
we
right,
kind of teased
so
already.
Let's do this. Here we go. So, opening day, well, when everybody plays, not just the Dodgers and Padres. Thursday, the Rays open up against the Blue Jays at Tampa, so they're going to be at Tropicana Field.
Is Tropicana getting destroyed?
Zach Eflin, huh?
Oh, your stadium going to get destroyed?
I don't know.
Okay.
We need a new stadium. I've been to Tampa, but I've never been to the Rays stadium. I've watched the Rays play when they usually play Rangers every year. I'd go to the game there. So I've seen the Rays played in public plenty of times. I get so hyped. I'm like, dude, the fucking Rays.
The Trop was so cool when it came out. It had all this like technology, like a TV in your seat and comfortable chairs. And
I just don't like I don't like indoor stadiums.
don't make big gray domes.
I think
Eventually you'll want to blow them up.
Like, it makes sense for the weather, but they just, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm at a real baseball game when I'm at a stadium, like inside.
How many times have you been to the Trop?
Never.
Oh.
I'm talking about in general, domes in general. Like, I don't feel like I'm at an actual sporting event because it just feels weird. Sports are meant to be played outside, like football, baseball. Obviously, basketball's inside, but I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. But I've been to Tampa. Tampa's cool as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, our opening starter is Zach Eflin against the Rays. Do you want to know our predicted opening day lineup?
Yeah, give me Eflin's numbers last year and then your opening day lineup because you got some dudes, even without Wander.
Do what?
You got some dudes even without Wander Franco.
Oh, yeah, dude, because we had our farmhouse team, we had plenty of shortstops and shit to replace them, so if he
Also, I would just want to, like, throw a... Like, dude, I mean, I'm out on Wander Franco. That's just horrible. But this is what is crazy when you just, like, read history books and crazy stuff. I was like, I guarantee you, if this was, like, hundreds of years ago, nobody gave a shit, which is sick. But that's true. Dudes were, like, marrying 12-year-olds and stuff in biblical times.
The guy, what was the guy who Jerry Lewis, the piano guy, married his cousin or somebody who was young?
Like 13 or something.
It's fucked up. But
like the line moves in society. Like, you've like, maybe look through your own family history and find like the granddaddy from South Carolina who married the 12. Like, I'm not saying like whatever horrible things you'll say about Wander Franco. Cool, dude's gone. His career's over. That's nasty. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying society moves the line, and this would have like not been an issue hundreds of years ago.
As an adult, as a grown ass man,
which is gross, but
regardless of what the age of consent is, what in your fucking mind? Not saying Franco, whatever. In general, like if you know a girl is 14, what makes you think, oh, I won't get caught? Like, she's a kid. Like, why do you think that's okay?
Like,
you're a kid. That's a kid.
It's weird. I don't really know in Roman times what, because I think it would be gross then, but then they were having orgies and stuff. So I'm just, it's gross. I'm not saying it's not gross. I'm not trying to get myself in trouble here, but I'm just like, society and history is so messed up. So yeah, but yeah, Wander Franco's.
The Rays are
all the jokes
definitely
about pedophilia you want to make.
We won't win as many games as we did last year, obviously.
You don't think?
We'll be a playoff team. We'll be a playoff team, but we won't win as many games.
Yeah.
Just because, like, Franco was a good player.
Yeah, I'm not an apologist.
Yeah,
it's a statistical loss, but
we'll move on. We'll be fine.
Deal. The dude can...
So anyway, last year, Eflin was 16-8 with a 3.50 ERA.
Damn, that's pretty good.
He started 31 games, so you know.
How old's Eflin?
Eflin, let me pull up his age. He is 29.
Oh, aging curve, about to shit his bed. He's gonna get rocked.
So
okay, this is his last season. He's gonna peak. He's a 20-game winner this year. Okay.
Yeah, Rays are gonna win the American League East or be a wild card team, but we are not going to not make the playoffs.
Got to get past them Orioles.
So, here's the opening day lineup for the Rays. According to MLB.com, which is a pretty reputable source. Correct? Okay. At first base, we have Yandy Diaz.
Diaz is great.
So
his numbers are fucking awesome.
Second base, obviously Brandon Lowe. Great guy.
Related to our first baseman in Texas, bros.
And then left field, we have obviously Rosarena, Mr. Cowboy himself. Third base, we have Isaac. I can't pronounce his last name because I suck. Paredes.
Yep. Paredes.
At designated hitter, we have Harold Ramirez.
I don't know Harold. That doesn't mean anything. I don't know so many MLBers now.
Right field, we have Palacios, right, Richie?
Okay.
Center field, Jose Siri. Shortstop is Jose Cabrero. And then at center, we have, I'm sorry, not center. Catcher, we have Pinto Beans. So,
how old's Pinto?
I have no idea.
Is he like
I don't
prospect?
Huh?
He's a prospect. You know what your prospect pipeline looks like in Tampa?
Not necessarily every little detail, no.
I don't know. You're fucked in the AL East. It's such an uphill battle, but I mean, you got some dudes in there. Yandy is Diaz is fucking great. So I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on pitching bullpen, just like the rest of the world.
Like we're not gonna have a losing. We're gonna be good. I mean, we're not gonna suck. Like even though Franco was really good, we have too much other talent to like for one guy to just start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make us lose that much more, it's not gonna happen.
So. Yeah, it's interesting looking at MLB coming into this year. The first thing you have to know is just because you were awesome last year doesn't mean you can't find a way to suck ass this year. I will say go ahead.
So before we get into this, Renee Pinto is only 25, so young dude.
25. Okay,
but anyway,
so he's a prospect. Okay,
yeah,
well that's
anyway.
good. Rangers, man, I mean, I'm super high. I don't think you're regressing because, honestly, nobody saw us winning the World Series. It was technically really early in the build. You had the Sager, Simeon contracts.
I know that.
Chris Young was getting these dudes for locked up for like 6 years, and you're starting, but like what you were doing was like addressing the pitching staff, and then you were spending your first-round picks. You're getting dudes like Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford that are young and coming up. You still haven't had Kumar Rocker or Leiter or some of these other. You got some other. I forget the other guy that's actually not a super high draft pick. I mean, I think he was like a top 5, but he's probably our best minor league pitching prospect. So I think you got Rangers have prospects galore. Langford is like I'm saying like again. Langford is a Jackson Holiday type player in the sense that MVP potential. His minor league numbers, which are a huge indicator of what you're going to do at the major league level, this guy's going to be in the conversation for he's going to be in conversation for Mike Trout type stuff. Like he could be an MVP. So I'm just like, I can't stop saying man. I'm killing myself.
You're
but
fine, you're golden, dude. But see, the West, American League West, was it Seattle, the Angels, Astros?
Angels are done. Angels are toast.
Mariners.
Seattle's are jinxed.
Yeah.
You're just jinxed forever. So those two teams are out. Oakland's out. So it's really the Stros and you.
Astros are gonna have a down year.
Astros.
I keep saying that, but then every year they
do it. Altuve is always going to be a problem, and you have Tucker and Bregman. You have a sick lineup. If your pitching is there, it's going to be the Rangers and the Stros battling it out for the AL West. You can say it like again, I can't stop saying that word, but the Seattle could put together the fucking 1936 Yankees if they wanted to, and they're still going to fuck it up because they're the Mariners.
Because like with the American League Beast that's known as the East, Red Sox are going to suck. Yankees will, I don't know. Toronto will be where Toronto is.
Red Sox didn't address pitching.
No.
That I could see.
I like the Red Sox, but they're going to finish last again probably.
Everybody hates the Yankees, and I love that the Yankees and Cashman get all the heat and poop all over him because he should be fired.
I mean, I do like they got Stroman. That's cool.
Stroman's a good, serviceable starter.
They got, what's his face in the Padres, Soto.
Soto was a huge pickup. Your offense is insane. And I think their pitching is, even without Garrett Cole, I think their
pitching Cortez is a beast.
Is decent. I'm not saying they're good. The Yankees will be trouble. So
I feel
look out.
Like this is. I feel like this is what my predictions are for the East this year. Baltimore is going to win it, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be a three-way battle between the Yankees, Tampa, and Toronto, obviously, and Red Sox are going to finish dead last. But if I had to rank them as far as like who I think is going to finish in what order, I feel like it's going to be who's going to win it. Baltimore in first place, and then the Rays will finish second, Yankees will finish third, Red Sox will finish last, and then am I forgetting somebody?
I don't know.
Baltimore, Toronto, Boston, Tampa, New York. No,
that's it. No, the Yankees curse, as I think the Yankees will be actually good this year.
Yeah.
The problem you have is Aaron Boone. Your GM sucks, but I don't think you ever win with Aaron Boone. I like Aaron Boone. My beef with Aaron Boone is Aaron Boone, the entire time he's been the manager of the Yankees, has not been Aaron Boone. I don't think he's that. I think he's not like Bruce Bochy is a great manager, and I think Bruce Bochy is himself every day he goes in.
I don't like my problem with Boone is
if you're not hard, don't act hard.
Some of the shit Boone says, I'm like, the fuck? This wasn't like Boone when he was a player.
He was he was a nice guy, good teammate, and I think he's trying to be like some kind of. I think his leadership style that he is trying to use as a manager is not a leadership style that is true to his personality, and therefore it's not as effective as it could be if he would just relax and be himself. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. I'm saying he's putting on a leadership style that doesn't work for him.
He's trying to fake be aggressive.
And makes some in-game questionable stuff that people always point out, but Boone could be a good manager if he would relax and be himself. That's my take.
But yeah, I'm just hyped because I'm hyped because baseball's like the full-on season's about to open. You're gonna see all these teams. And I'm just ready for the Rays because, like I said, dude, Diaz is gonna go off, or Rosarena is gonna go off. Like,
there's some super teams out there.
We're just gonna have a good year. The Rays are gonna have a good year.
Yeah, Rays. National League's interesting. National League West is super interesting because the D-backs went to the World Series. Nobody saw that coming either.
Are there Phillies gonna get back to the National League championship game?
Yeah, there's no understanding from anybody in baseball on how the Padres sucked last year. You just couldn't explain that with that team.
Dude, last year at the beginning of the season, like Padres they're going to go to the World Series.
And they still have...
Or at least make it to the championship game.
Ton of the dude. I mean, they lost Soto and Schnell, but I think the Padres, then the Giants spent a lot. They got some dudes.
Giants are going to be sneaky good, man.
Giants are going to be sneaky good. And then the Dodgers have built a super team with money. And as long as,
because I really think signing Blake Snell is going to obviously help your team. But
that's.
But that outfielder, the guy they signed from Korea, or whatever.
He's good,
dude. Yeah, the Giants. I'm not a fan of the Giants, but I'm definitely sneaky good. I keep saying that sneaky good. Man.
I like the Giants. NL West will be interesting. So Rockies are screwed. They suck. There's just some teams that are screwed.
I still think the Yankees need to sign Bauer. Have that Cole Bauer thing.
Just hating each other in the clubhouse.
Competition, but yeah, National League. Phillies might. I don't know. Phillies might win it again.
Yeah, Phillies. I like Harper. I like Harper a lot.
Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers are going to ball out, obviously. But
Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Your team is.
If something happens to him, if Ohtani gets suspended.
Mets are an interesting one. I'll say the Mets are interesting because they picked up Severino. They just signed JD Martinez, who's a really good bat. I think they had some like weird front office sabermetrics battles. That's why they had what's his name, the big dude, big chubby guy hitting all the time against right-handers.
You talking about Vogelbach or whatever?
Yeah, Vogelbach,
whatever.
So it's like Showalter and the sabermetrics department couldn't decide. They're like, you must bat Vogelbach, and he was sucking. So I don't know what's going on. And the Mets are kind of a cursed organization. At least their fans say that. I mean, they won some World Series.
Going back to the Dodgers, the pitcher guy, people's freaking out, overreacting over he's like, dude, relax. One game of regular season.
Oh, Yamamoto, he'll be fine.
He's going to turn it around. People are like one. Now, if he doesn't, but I mean, he's obviously good for a reason. He'll figure it out. But maybe not. Maybe he can't pitch against MLB players.
I wonder if. So when Hideo Nomo came over, and he had a funky windup no matter where on the planet you put him, Hideo Nomo. But I do think there's kind of maybe an adjustment. We've never seen this guy in this league. It's weird and different. Dudes coming out of Japan pitching, like Kodai Senga with the Ghost Fork and this different stuff. Haven't seen their repertoire. But now maybe it's like MLB sees like almost everybody has some Japanese pitcher on their staff. And they're like, we've seen all this, dude. It's nothing. He's just another mortal. If he hangs it over the middle, just rock it. And dude wasn't hitting corners. So the Darvishes, we've had a million of these guys. The Dice K, Darvish, all these huge postings. And Major League dudes are like, the mystery is gone now.
Yeah, especially like now, like every like position players. There's a lot of people come from Japan, Korea.
Yeah, a lot of position dudes. But the pitching, at first there was like, because remember, like I keep saying I can't stop, but Hideki Matsui was the first sort of. He was like Godzilla, 50 home runs in Japan. He was going to be this. He was a great hitter for the Yankees, but he wasn't some kind of Babe Ruth. And the pitchers came over, like Darvish has like 9 pitches. They all move. He throws 99. And the next one's going to be the young guy. I forget what's his name. I got his freaking rookie card sitting over there. But, yeah, I mean, he'll be the next big posting. And but I think the mystery is gone surrounding these guys.
Yeah, now it's just a thing. It's like any other free agent signing.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll never have someone as good as Ichiro was. But
I see my Japanese cards up there. What's his name? I forgot.
Oh, that young dude, Roy, right?
Roki
Sasaki. I was like,
Roy. He'll be the next Sasaki. Sasaki has a little bit of the.
You know what I want to see happen with that guy? I want him to be like, no, I'm not going to MLB. I'm staying here.
Well, here's my take on Sasaki. I don't know how big that guy is, but the Lincecum curse. Lincecum, the Mariners are right in like he's going to have arm problems. He throws too hard for his size. Yeah, but you have him for 6 years before that. That was why they're idiots for not drafting him. And they got 2 Cy Youngs in San Francisco, and his arm did after a while, but he throws 99 now. Sasaki, I think same problem. He throws too hard, too slight of a build. But you're using up those Lincecum years in the NPB.
You know what I heard? I heard that it's not so much how hard he throws, how hard they grip the ball. That's causing more of the issue.
Maybe.
I forgot where I read this at. It was a video somewhere or something, but somebody was explaining that, yeah, you're not supposed to throw that hard, but it doesn't help that these pitchers nowadays are gripping this ball so hard.
Yeah.
So there's all that tension from when you're gripping it and throwing hard too. Yeah, which makes sense.
MLBers would be – I'd be scared of Sasaki, honestly. I mean, he's going to post next year.
That's his posting.
He's still hella young. I think like 23 maybe.
Prime time.
So aging – well, I always say the aging curve, but like you got to get these dudes before they turn 29, 30. So Sasaki, but I just think everything that we know about analytics and the Steven Strasburgers were basically the hardest you throw – is your first year in the major leagues, and it just your MPH just goes down and down and down. So we can see Sasaki's a 99 guy now. So how much do you want to spend on a dude? Yeah, he's young, and it's a big posting, and he's going to light it up in the NPB this year. But I think you worry about long-term arm problems with that velocity, and then it's just, I don't know.
He won't be he won't be like a big of those when Ohtani came over here, but he's gonna be like right underneath him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody knows like, yeah, this dude's fucking great. He's badass.
I just draft some gasser out of D1,
and that's like the coolest fucking card ever. I always wanted to buy a whole bunch of Japanese packs just so I could try to get that card.
Roki Sasaki rookie. I guess the time to sell it on eBay, if I sell it, would be when he posts next year and all the American collectors become aware of, oh my God, my team just got Sasaki, and I actually am holding a Roki Sasaki rookie card.
I also like this. This doesn't have to do anything with talent or skill. I love some of the baseball diamonds they play on, like that darker dirt.
Yeah,
I think that's fucking cool as shit.
Infields. So I don't know. Yeah. Sasaki will be an interesting posting. I don't know if I'd want my team to spend on him.
I would take a chance. Fuck it. Have a short run with the guy being dominant, just like the Lincecum take that we said.
Yeah.
Sign a guy, even if you have him dominant for a little bit, it's better than not having him at all.
Yeah, the free agent Soto will be his contract he gets from the Yankees next year will be massive. The Judges and the Sotos getting these dudes out of arbitration and the big contracts.
I'm just counting down the days to Rosarena and Siri leave because we can't pay them. So yeah. I'm going to be, once again disappointed at some point because I understand. So
yeah,
I'm holding on for dear life as long as we can with those guys.
Do you want to do just like 3 minutes on Shohei's presser?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take another break, and then when we come back, we'll do Shohei Ohtani. His
Arigato.
Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato.
All right, so commercial time again.
I'm giving it a lot of thought. If punk rock is a full-time job, and I'll be the first to admit it's fuck the world or it's pay the rent. You think that when you ask that I should live like Tommy Crash, but I guess I don't interpret punk like that. So fuck it.
All right, we got segment 19. We're going to talk a little bit about Shohei's presser. So I just got add on to the thoughts on Shohei, which we talked a little bit before when you showed up here. I don't buy it.
So we're wrapping the show up with this last little go round.
Well, I got that and one more. I'm
Okay.
going to talk a little bit of Anthony Young.
All right.
But
So Ohtani, huh? Press conference.
you watched it. Did you think he was lying?
Here's what I'll say. I don't think he's lying as far as like him gambling and stuff, but I think he's lying on the fact that to say he's completely clueless on everything. No, don't give me that, dude. Sorry.
I think I guess my take is it's a sweet situation for him because unlike Pete Rose, who was like calling the bookies and laying the bets, he has this fall guy middleman, and then you have fall guy middleman plus language barrier. You just the smoke you can throw up, the like little pop smoke grenade in front of any investigation to claim ignorance or I didn't know. There may be some wires that they go, there's no way it had to have transferred by you. But I saw somewhere that they said the note that was on it was for like a loan. So the only way you're going to catch him maybe is like, no, I thought you said you didn't know he was stealing. Why do you have you giving him loans? He's like, oh, well, that was something else. Like he's going to be able to confuse any investigation to the point where you're never going to be able to pin him down. And so Shohei's going to skate. I think the iceberg is much bigger, but he's going to totally get away because not very many people have a perfect fall guy. They don't have that third party.
Yeah.
I didn't have you laying the bets. So nobody has the perfect fall guy who seems, because he's such a good friend and maybe he was taking some money, but he seems very willing to be the fall guy.
Even, I think, did they say like if he is found guilty or whatever, it's like 7 years in prison or something, right?
He's going down.
Something, whatever.
So
I could be wrong on the term, but I thought it was 7 years.
All that's set up for Ohtani to skate on this, and I'm sure that's what MLB wants. But the things about it that I've always said is that just doesn't smell right is if it was $4 million, that number's way too big for a bookie to allow an interpreter to do. I think the bookie must have said, whoa, Shohei's good for it. I also don't buy that you're with a dude for 10 years and this amount of money is being gambled away. You don't see him on DraftKings on his phone.
I mean, there's going to be more stuff obviously that comes out, and I can't wait for that. Because like I want to see. Okay, hypothetically, say for example, Ohtani did get found. He was found guilty of not only knowing what he was giving money to, but also participating. I want to see if MLB will be like, yeah, you're suspended for life, or if they'll be like, well, you're suspended until we figure out what to do.
What'll be the interesting one will be when they get to the bookie, because I believe they got to Pete Rose's bookie, and that's when things turn. Those conversations and interviews and examinations of the bookie. So the bookie, I believe, is known. They're going to find him. They're going to ask him, and they're going to have to ask, like, how come you're letting a translator make $300,000 bets? He's like, I didn't think the translator was making the bets, dude. I think he was making the bets for a dude who had that kind of money.
Like, also, there could be a scenario, and I think you're kind of doing the same, talking about the same way, but let me make sure or maybe I'm wrong. But I think you've discussed this already. But what if, and I think you did, maybe I'm wrong, like, correct me if I'm wrong. What if Ohtani was telling his booker, or not his booker, his translator to place bets for him?
Yeah, that's
kind of what you were saying, right?
That would make more sense. At least that's the impression the bookie must have had, or you wouldn't let that dude run up that big of a tab or believe that he could cover those. I wouldn't let some dude walks up to me, lay a $50,000 bet. Like, what the? You're not good for that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like maybe Ohtani was telling his booker or his translator, hey, I want to put $50,000 on this game, and that way it's not me.
And if Ohtani wasn't laying any bets, at the very, 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 very least, Ippei had to have told the bookie, whether it's true or not, it's just a lie. He was telling the bookie, Shohei's good for it.
Yeah.
He had to have been saying that to the bookie, or he wouldn't let him run that. And you don't get these kind of debts or tabs also if you haven't had that big of a debt before and paid it at least once.
Because even when, like,
you don't get that kind of leash.
It's the same example as when these people who steal money from companies, like on the credit card, the company credit card, they do like these fake charges. So they're like, oh no, I use it for business thing, but the company is still aware. Yeah. So how do you tell me Ohtani's not aware? Even if the translator had access to his bank account, how are you not aware of funds going in and out?
Yeah.
Like,
so
to me, that makes no fucking sense.
That makes no sense.
I'm not aware. I just have a bank account. Like, come on, dude.
I don't really know what the $4 million they're saying is missing, or if there was like a bigger tab with the bookie or whatever. But a bookie's not going to let you run up a huge amount of debt unless you just don't get that kind of marker or loan from a bookie that says, yeah, keep gambling. You're already in the hole $1 million. Why don't you gamble some more? No. The only way you get $1 million in the hole is if you've been $2 million in the hole and paid $2 million back. And like, hey, he's good for it. This guy's a whale. Let's let him gamble as much as he wants because we're going to eventually get paid. So there's a whole bunch of facts that don't make any sense. I just can't buy that you're around a guy that much you don't know. Yeah. He's a gambler.
Like I said, my viewpoint on it is that this is like my final verdict as of right now. I don't know if Ohtani bet it or not. Maybe he used his translator to place bets on his as for him. But to say that he's 0% unaware of 100% unaware of everything, no.
Yeah. I do believe there's a world where maybe Ohtani's 100% telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying. Just from my point of view, to say you're 100% unaware of everything doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm leaning more towards there's a hell of a lot more we haven't heard.
Correct.
I shall say whether he's telling the truth or it's like I think there's a lot more and we're doing some covering up now. That press conference was going to look exactly the same because you can't go into the presser and say, well, you just can't have that.
It wasn't a
your
press
lawyers
conference.
Won't let you tell the truth there. They're like, I knew he was gambling and I loaned him some money. You can't let as your attorneys usually you prepared that statement. You can't let Shohei say a bunch of stuff.
To me, it wasn't a
You're
press
not doing
conference.
your job. So
it was just a reading.
Just a statement. So
because he didn't answer questions because those fucking interviewers that are just like they want to get those hard questions. They want to piss him off.
He's never going to answer questions except with investigators, and we'll probably never see that. So he's going to skate.
Do you think just the whole issue of this is when you think, okay, hold on, let me stop for say that. Just with the start of this investigation and all the issues that we've just learned a little, do you think this tarnishes Ohtani's name at all? A little bit? No? Yes?
It's a weird scandal to have for a superstar.
It's
pretty weird.
The fact that he's involved in it, that's
a weird one.
Sucks.
It's right up there for newsworthy, I have to say. Pretty huge global superstar. But interesting times.
I'm the Great Bambino. Oh. Who's that? What?
I had no idea who they were talking about.
What did he say? What, were you born in a barn, man? Yeah, what planet are you from?
But there was no way I could let them know.
I guess my last segment then is StatHead is killing me because I don't know how to use it. I was looking for, as far as I know, the longest consecutive streak of losses, like decisions. Like sometimes you'll pitch and you don't get a decision. But when you do get a decision, that string of losses is Anthony Young. And Anthony Young, much like the Cleveland Spiders, much as you would want to dump on them, should be respected for their careers and who they are. Anthony Young, Texan from Houston, drafted out of high school, then went to University of Houston, was a Cougar.
Oh, shit. Anthony Young died recently.
Yeah, Anthony Young, he died.
I was looking up most losses in a row, and obviously...
Yeah, he died, I think, in 2017. I'm not sure.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know this, is that Cy Young holds the MLB loss record with 316.
Yeah, he's got tons of losses.
But, he was a badass.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched enough. He didn't have, 500 wins or something. But
and that'll never happen
They pitched,
again.
every game, though.
Yeah.
But even then, back in the day, even though you pitched every day, you were still mixing and matching and changing speeds and hitting corners trying to win. So Cy Young, people want to say, oh, they're just laying it over the middle. It's like, no, dude, he was actually a better pitcher than everybody. But Anthony Young's numbers, if people were familiar with the streak, know that his numbers weren't that bad. They wouldn't keep running him out there. And he said as much as he's like a 4 ERA. The Mets sucked and they could never score runs for the guy. But that's a heck of a run of just 27 decisions and really not getting any run support. Many winnable games in there. But by all accounts, faced the whole thing as a total professional and never let it get to him. And honestly, good major league career other than the win-loss percentage. Good, pretty decent numbers, decent numbers, and then he was very supportive of youth baseball players and would come back and help coach and do all kinds of stuff. So if you see teams that are sucking and losing, there's some silver lining in there.
I'm like, hey, dude, you could say all the shit you want about me, but I was able to play 6 years in the big leagues.
Life is failure.
So
life is failure.
I don't look at what status wise. Yeah, they're kind of shitty, but he played 6 years in the pros, so clearly he was doing something to hang around for a while.
Which is why Greinke should get signed, because he had a terrible record.
I said Zinke because I combined Zach and Greinke, and I said Zinke. But Zinke, he's kind of old.
Yeah, let's close out with the free agents still available, because we're going into opening day. And
I closed all my
Is this really Greinke? Is this the end of Greinke's career? He should go to Mexico or something, or Japan. Greinke scout. Some of these guys like Brandon Belt and Greinke, and I'm really surprised that Pham not getting signed on somewhere. But those guys can find contracts internationally, which will be fun.
I like Spot Track because it's like the easiest site to navigate.
It's a great site. It's run by 2 dudes.
When you want to look stuff up, because it's literally options and find. There's no... It's not hard. It's not jumbled. It's not in a bunch of drop-down menus. It's like, here it is. Click something.
Give you the data. It's a basic.
Evan Longoria. Hey, Rays, bring him back for one more year.
Yeah, Longoria really was not a bat anymore in the postseason, but he still plays a pretty good third base.
Will Myers, another Rays player, still out there. Because he went to San Diego, Milwaukee, right? Maybe?
Yeah, Will Myers.
I don't know. Could have went to Milwaukee. I don't remember,
But JD Martinez got signed. I always liked his hitting approach.
Jordan Montgomery's still out there.
Montgomery's still out there, but I guess some teams are close to signing him. Montgomery is one where I think his value is as high as it's going to be. I don't think there's anything in Jordan Montgomery's past that says he's a Cy Young winner. He was awesome for us in the postseason. That does not a career make. You don't know what Jordan Montgomery is. You don't know that dude's going to get rocked. I mean, he was unconscious and dudes get hot. But, I mean, the Yankees let him go. He was a good pitcher and is a very good pitcher. Is he elite? Is he a four-starter? I don't know. You know, I wouldn't say Jordan Montgomery. I'm glad he did awesome in the postseason. If we were going to the postseason, you're like, Jordan Montgomery's going to win you the World Series because he's going to be so clutch. I'd be like, that would be awesome. I don't expect that right now. It's crazy.
I'd be like, you're stupid, but okay.
Yeah, so there's no way to – I mean, Monty, he started getting hot at the end of the season, but his regular season was just – I mean –
to me, that's like the best thing about like baseball. Everything, like it's always cool. You see like these people like come out of nowhere.
Dudes can
like,
get
what the
nasty.
fuck? Like he had an okay regular season, and then all of a sudden playoffs come around and this dude's balling. Like, just like with the Nationals, man, that one year they won the World Series, they sucked the first half, and then for some reason they fucking went off second half and won the whole
thing. Yeah, there's like Gio Gonzalez or whatever. Like, there's just some dudes who get nasty in the postseason. You start realizing that guy's a good pitcher, and he's a good pitcher all year round. Honestly, I see Stroman in the postseason more because Stroman just has good. There's just some guys that can do it.
I totally forgot to mention to you, but did you the Dylan Cease got traded to the Padres like last week or whatever?
Yeah,
I forgot to bring it up to you. Like, it's old, but I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Cease was a good pickup. They got a good front office guy, Preller, I guess. AJ Preller's their GM, but their Padres payroll isn't that big now that they lost these dudes, and they got a pretty competitive ball club. So it'll be interesting to see.
You think I don't know. It'll be. I'm just ready for the season to start. Hyped. I unfortunately will not be at home. I'll be on my internship Wednesday and Thursday, so I won't be able to.
That's why we're cutting the show today.
Yeah, today it's technically Tuesday, the 26th of March.
I have my Tecolote sock on.
See, that's why I always put at the beginning of the description original record date, so that way if we say something that's outdated, like, why do you say that? I already had. Well, this is recorded before it's yeah.
The greatest editor of all time.
I appreciate it,
Dutch
sir.
Chattahoochee.
I appreciate it, sir.
We got the PBR shirt and the Roberto Clemente hat on.
I've had this shirt for a while. I decided I always forget to bring it. Today I was like, you know what? I want to bring it. And so I did. And that's why I'm wearing it. And I'm wearing my Roberto Clemente hat, which is awesome. And I bought 3 hats yesterday, and each week I will introduce them. Dude, one of the hats, all the hats are sick, but one of them especially.
Yeah.
Anyway. Camera's still recording, so that's
still
good.
Record, man. UTSA took down number 10 in the nation. That was awesome at home. And we got Baylor today, and I don't know what the next series is, but they're a 500 team right now, but I think they got some players. Their pitching heats up. They could be trouble. They got to get bats.
Guess we'll find out.
We'll find out with that. Other than that, if you're a monk and you're writing the Apostles' Creed, try not to drag Pontius Pilate. It's not a good look.
And I will say this, too, to add to your statement. If you are on 410 and you are in the left lane going under the speed limit, you should be allowed to drive. Get the fuck off the road.
Get the fuck off the road.
Drive the speed limit. The left lane is for faster moving traffic. Don't go 50 or 60 in the left lane of the highway. You know what I mean?
One more thing. Pontius Pilate, fucking dead pull hitter. That's why he topped out in AA. I mean, you go fastball in, that's a mistake. He's going to crush that.
Correct.
But breaking balls away is just game over, and that's why I think he became like an administrator in the Roman Empire. I think also...
He got bored with baseball. It was too good.
He wasn't that good. I mean, he had power, but Pontius Pilate, dead pull hitter, huge hole in his swing, went into admin, and I think for him, it was just like another day in JP court or district court. Dudes brought him some guy... Like, what do you want to do? You want to prosecute this guy and crucify this guy? This is Romans, dude. They crucify people all the time. He's like, all right, dude, take that guy. And now he's just getting dragged for eternity because some monks want to just hang it on him. I was like, dude, he's a good AA ball player.
He is. And just like it's a damn travesty that Kenny Powers is unsigned. But
Yeah. That was great.
Kenny Powers is the
Eastbound
best
and
fucking
Down.
closer of all
Honestly, just
time.
do a podcast on Eastbound and Down.
We should. I love that show.
Just every episode by episode.
You know what they have? They have fixins.
Fucking so.
I love that without the ball, the guy's like, fixins. We got fixins. But anyway, that was our show, right?
Yeah. All right. That's the show. We'll do some Bonnie and some Kenny Powers if we can
Let
get
me
our shit
remember to hit
together.
some music on this bad boy.
Yeah, put some outro music. We'll get a Bonnie interview and then just start breaking down every Eastbound and Down comedic writing.
If you haven't seen that show, please watch it. It has Danny McBride as a pitcher.
I wonder if I get every script.
He's I guess, washed up pitcher, and he's trying to make his way back into the league. But it turns out that this man has more to life than being a pitcher.
Oh, man.
He has the fixins.
So good.
I'm going to hit this random number of 5 in honor of whoever number 5 was.
Yeah.
We're going to crank it up just a little, not too loud. You know what I'm saying?
Go Tecolotes. Go Roadrunners. Go Seguin River Monsters. Go Texas Rangers.
Go Tampa Bay Rays. Go Texas State Bobcats.
Go Tigres de San Antonio.
Correct.
Texas State Bobcat. I'm rooting for you too.
Mission season's coming up. That'll be cool. So,
Yeah.
and remember, go Dogs.
Yeah.
All right. Later. Yeah. We'll close.
We out.
You're gonna see me walking into the thing. Good night and good morning.
Oh my goodness. These are the best custom socks. I don't know how they did it. Find that sock maker.